Hey, I'm back. I know it's been a while. Onyx again. This is about the 10-minute harassment video. Sexual harassment video. Um, it came out a few days ago. Now, for those of you who don't know, okay, I'm gonna look up the woman. It was basically to show that street harassment is no joke. And before I put the music back on, the video was done by an actress named Shoshana. It was 10 hours of footage, broken down to a little over a minute and a half, basically to symbolize or show street harassment. And I have some interesting things to say, and um, I wanted to point out a few things that I basically wanted to touch from a race perspective, but also from the this perspective of being a male. Um, so I'm gonna type in the street. Let me see, street harassment video actress. Her name is, let's see, Shoshana Roberts. Hmm. Okay. Shoshana Roberts. Her name is Shoshana Roberts. And let's just hit from the perspective of just being a male. Um, Now back to the cool think tank music. Okay. Now, now my first reaction. I watched that video 3 times. I first heard about it on the Mac Lessons radio, and basically I watched it 3 times. Why? I wasn't watching it for the street harassment. Basically, I was watching it because I thought this girl had nice thighs. Okay, she's cute. Yeah, I was like, all right, yeah, I hit that. Yeah, whatever. And I was like, okay, you got nice thighs. I watched it 3 times. From as a guy, I like nice thighs. I like thunder thighs. I just can't get enough of a woman that's very so curvy and jiggly booty. It's like I can't. It's like, oh man, I've got to have that. Oh man, I cannot. It's kind of like that. So you know what I'm talking about. But personally, when I know that women are irritated with me or a particular man, or my first thought is to just don't acknowledge a female who's that intimidated, that annoyed, that fed up with being looked at, talked at, catcalled at. Um, don't acknowledge these women, not for your sake. I mean, not for their sake, not out of respect for them, but just out of respect for yourself. Because basically, I personally get tired of women getting tired of me, or just can get tired of the fact that they're just being looked at and talked to. If it's that serious or that bother you, men, just stop, looking at them. Just stop looking at that female, and it just creates men more clever ways to try to sneak looks in, or it just forced me to be more creative in ways that how can I talk to women without making them feel like they're being harassed? Because some they just don't know. They just it makes me try to figure out ways to try to talk. Okay, okay, she doesn't want to talk. She like it's just gonna try to be more creative and tactful. No joke. Like if I know someone is more she don't want to be talked to, or she doesn't like women. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to try to get up in the conversation, So I'm trying to get her to acknowledge me, or for her to talk to me. That's what it just forces us men to do instead of say hello, hi, hello, how are you, and that's basically what I've done. If I've said hello, how are you, you look nice. Some of those comments in the video, and I'll put the link down below. Some of the comments in that video, it was very it's typical. I've said some of those. Now I don't go damn, ooh girl, ooh Kimmy. I don't do all that, but I do say hello. How you doing? Have a nice day. I've said things. So if it's based on that, then yes, I've harassed a lot of women. Um, Cause I, it, men, we like to look at women. We like to acknowledge and talk to you. We just can't help it. We like the fact that we got to look at you. It's like, oh my God, like, we just can't help it. But I would say for men, if there is a woman you like talking to, and you know that she's the type to not be talked to, the best way that I think, and if this is a woman you actually want to talk to, I would say pay her no mind. Don't give her nothing, no attention, no acknowledgement, and maybe because after a while, these same women are gonna wonder how come the dudes they talking to me. Well, it's kind of obvious. Like dudes, some men, I think, if they've come to where I've come, I just get tired of ladies who, if you're a woman who agrees with the street harassment, like if that's harassment, I'm taking it seriously now. Personally, I get tired of you having a problem with us. So therefore, I would stop acknowledging you, stop talking to you, because there are plenty that and on another note, yeah, some of those comments are kind of extreme. It's very disturbing. Damn, damn, damn. Ooh, 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 baby. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course that is. So that's what I consider. Mm, I don't know. Harassment's kind of a strong word, I think. But if you keep on following and keep on staring more, yeah, that is very creepy. Um, and I'm gonna have to overlook the hellos, how you doing, but the ooh, baby, how you doing? Whatever. Yeah, that's doing a lot. Um, I like ass. Shit, I'd hit it. I don't care. But let's hit the race aspect for a minute. Let's break that shit down. Okay. Now, before I made this video, I had to look at that video one more time. And uh Shoshana Roberts, Miss Roberts, okay. So out of 10 hours, 10 motherfucking hours going all around Manhattan, so called Manhattan, for 10 hours. That's a lot of walking. Yeah, you gonna have some nice, thick, tight thunder thighs, motherfucker. For real. So let's break it down. All the black folks walk. Listen to my video. You have uh, a white girl who uh, walking down so-called Manhattan in out of 10 hours, and I counted how many black guys versus non-black guys were actually talking to you, and I counted 13 black guys. Now I counted five. Now it was kind of blurry, but it looked like five Caucasian men or light skinned Hispanic white looking men. Now I'm not really sure, but at the very least, Latin Hispanic men, however you want to put it, kind of Caucasian. They kind of New South, so it's hard to tell. Like, they got that kind of New York voice. It doesn't really sound like a white guy voice to me, but it's that New York accent. So I'm going to assume that either they were white or these light white looking Hispanic men. I'll just say Caucasian to cover all bases. These five Caucasian men said some of the same things as those brothers, but to be quite honest, out of all the footage of 10 hours you got, you and all the footage you did, you mean the video that was um barely a minute long, minute and a half. Suppose I heard it was 10 minutes, but I don't know. I saw both versions, whatever. Maybe the one I saw. But out of all the videos you did, out of all the footage you got, you only filmed the black guys and barely got footage of five Caucasian men. Really? 10 hours. But all you seen, but the best footage you had was all the brothers. Knowing that you're a white girl who's curvy, you got curly hair. Okay, okay. Knowing that, and some people know this, you know for a fact, all the black people, maybe some white people know, okay, you have a white girl who is, okay, curly, dark hair, light skin, thick arms, thick legs, thick thighs, and you're in kind of a hood area. Of course, these black men and Hispanic, Caucasian men are gonna be hollering at you. Uh, Men in the hood or from urban areas, so called, are gonna holler that hard. They're not afraid to acknowledge you. Now, have this been? I didn't see no white dudes in the suburbs. You didn't go through new suburb. You didn't go through metropolitan area. Most of the footage it came from walking down the hood somewhere. Manhattan in the kind of more areas where there's a lot of black men, white men, black and brown, Hispanic men, you know, down there. Why? How come the footage was only shown were mostly black guys? Five Caucasian men. And I saw the footage. There were white people standing around and walking, but from what I saw, there was mostly you got the footage. You had all that footage of 10 hours, but you only put the ones of the brothers up. You know what that's gonna tell the people? Only black and Hispanic men see that things are harassed. Because here's the thing. Now, I don't know, and then I'm just thinking, right? If if she knew that, why did you feel harassed? Do you feel harassed as much when, let's say you're walking down the street and it's nothing but, I'm just saying, if there's white guys, if the film was like Mason Ayres and a lot of white guys said these things, because I'm not really sure how they holler. They're kind of more subtle, and sometimes they're over. They kind of whistle and catcall too. But some are just kind of like looking. They'll go, hey, how you doing? They just kind of say that. They're kind of more friendly about it, but still, you may not like it. Now, would this woman feel uncomfortable, Miss Shoshana Roberts? Would you feel uncomfortable? And I mean this in a serious sense. Would you feel uncomfortable if you got the same love calls if a bunch of white guys were doing it to you? Because I didn't see any footage there, so it kind of makes me think like only I feel uncomfortable when black black men or men of color say these things to you. It kind of makes me think, and I'm not trying to badger or poke fun, but I'm like, because be quite honest, black and Hispanic men, they're the only ones who really that bold enough and that confident enough to mostly. It's kind of, I wouldn't say that it's exclusive to us black and brown men, but normally we're the ones who holler like that. We do that. Like there are white men that do that, but mostly it's us black and brown Hispanic men that we do this. They're like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Beautiful. We got the, we're kind of like that. And the fact is, to us, the way we talk is the way we kind of talk to our women within our own ethnic groups. So, uh, from what I can gather, um, I don't know if this white woman had been around enough Hispanic men. I'm just thinking I don't know her, but if this was the type of white girl who was around and she had been around it for years, would she be able to handle that? Because I know the women in, because women in their ethnic groups are like, whatever, their shit, like, yeah, bye, nigga. They keep it moving. So I from for so for this white girl who had not around, who may not have been around a lot of black and brown men, it's gonna be a little intimidating for her. She said I saw an interview that she was in. She said one of the black guys that was following her for 4 minutes. She said she was about to cry. So it just kind of makes me wonder. I'm just saying. I'm just making an assessment. Not that it's accurate, but I'm kind of making an assessment of is it is this level of harassment something that this woman can take? And uh, because I'm just wondering from the aspect of race. Because I'd hate to think that the world's like, oh, this guy said hello to me, this guy that he said these things to me. Would you feel as intimidated if white guys said this to you? Like, what's the level of comfort? Let's say if they said the same thing and white guys said this to you, would you feel um, just as uncomfortable? And it just makes me think. Not that I'm trying to badger, but I am trying to. It makes me wonder and think because the way it comes off. Because I'm thinking 13 black guys, 5 Caucasian men. They're all both blurred, but the ones who said something to you, um, footage for 10 hours and mostly black guys in Manhattan. Why didn't you even it out? Or unless it's out the vicinity in Manhattan. And I've never been to Manhattan, but it just makes me um and you're walking, and to be quite honest, you're walking in a area where it's kind of in your hood, so there is going to be a lot of black men, and you look kind of unique to us. Like I would walk up and talk to you, to be quite honest. So you look kind of like, from perspective of race, like a black man, they like white women with dark curly hair and tall and booty and curves and thick arms. We talked to we I seen a lot of mother. I can go to the Bay and find girls who look like you and talk to you. Brothers snatch you up all the time, so you gonna be talked to be quite honest. So it's kind of like, yeah, you gonna be talked to a lot, but there are some women who will never be talked to because they're just not like then like some women are just physically undesirable to men. So not all women get harassed like that, just only based on the fact that uh, they're just unattractive. They have men are like or whatever. So if you got a flat ass and you're overweight or just an ugly smile or just kind of like you're just butterface, well, ain't gonna talk to you, so you ain't gotta worry about him being harassed. So it's I kind of have to say it's kind of biased a little bit. It's kind of like not accurate a little bit. It's not accurate. Now it's not authentic enough for me. It's not. I just can't really. Too strategic. It's not like we'll just put it out there without filtering anything or altering. It looks strategic to where you'll get the highest level uh, uh, um, of results to get your point across. You picked a curvy white chick who's questionably not white, not because the curly hair, dark curly hair, and you put her in an area with a lot of black men, and you're a curvy white woman with dark curly hair, tall with thick thighs like a black woman. I saw that, and that's why they were noticing a lot of men were looking down. I seen girls like you in my state, and we talked to you. So it's kind of like, yeah, that's gonna happen. In this case, people forgot black men like curvy white women, you know. So Hispanic men like it too. Their own women are curvy. White men like curvy. White women that like ass these days. So it's gonna happen. So it's somewhat biased. Like it's gonna happen. Like you put an attractive one. You didn't put no ugly motherfucker, no average motherfucker. Like I mean she's not like a 10 or anything, but she got a lot of ass. Sorry, but she's gonna be talked to. So it's kind of like, are you kidding me? It's that's not a. It's just not. I what's the word? I don't think it's. I just accurate. It didn't seem authentic enough video. It's not raw enough for me. It's not. It's it's like typical. Yeah, that's gonna happen. And just I was like, dude, I would walk up and talk to you like, uh, you're gonna get that. It's like, couldn't you have picked him more? Couldn't you even it out? Put different scenarios. You just went over Manhattan. Couldn't you pick like Staten Island or the Bronx or Harlem or areas where different types of men like you think we're not gonna notice? Why did you pick all the black men and make you the best footage? Like really? I'm just saying. Like I'm done. I'm rambling. But tell me what you think. Comment, rate, subscribe. Onyx out later.